Going on, guys? I think we're now live, and this is a big update for today for the Bitcoin price for Ethereum. We're going to go into the charts. We're going to be looking at my updated analysis. The question really is in this video, and what I want to cover fundamentally and of course technically is there a new low in for Bitcoin? Did we create a new low? Obviously on Friday we had this big sell-off. We had the big rejection at about 25,000. We're going to go into the chart in a moment and have a look at it. And it was really kind of on the back of the FOMC. The inflation data came in a little bit hotter than anticipated, which did send the markets down. But there's a lot telling us right now on a smaller level, midterm level, and actually more of a macro level that actually Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto, we could be still in for a rally. And it could even be the fact that the bottom is in. But anyway, enough of that said. Let's get into the charts. Let's take a look at this, guys. If you're here, let me know. Smash the like button. Subscribe for future videos. And let's get straight into the price action here. So we're going to kick things off. Bitcoin. Just looking at this 4-hour chart, like I was explaining, we did see that Bitcoin had this huge spiral down from the 21st of February, and really and truly in terms of correction, we came down as much as 10%. Bitcoin right now, however, has found some support. We dipped below the monthly level, and the monthly level situated at $23,350. It has held out, albeit it did come below it. It seemed to have been supported by this bullish triangle, which we broke out of early hours on Sunday morning. So we've broken out of that. Bitcoin has now found some local support on this monthly level, and it could be the case where we're now actually seeing a new lower low in. You can see the trend. We have a higher low, higher low. I meant to say higher low, by the way, guys, and obviously higher highs. And locally speaking, it could be that we have now created a new higher low from the support here. You can see Bitcoin's rallying now on the 4-hour chart. What basically happened, and I'm going to do some more analysis here on Bitcoin, but basically, guys, if you look at some of the key markets here, so we've got the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓, the dollar, you can see that it's actually met some resistance. If you do a fib level high to the low, you can basically see that the dollar, albeit broke out of this range, it's trading into resistance. It reached the golden pocket, golden ratio, whatever you want to call it, and it's now trending downwards. The S&P 500 seemingly the same as Bitcoin, and really what Bitcoin reacted to was the markets dropping down. And over the last 3 weeks, actually, the markets have been down. We had a correction of about 5.5%, and we've recently found support once again for the S&P 500, the SPY. So we're finding support on this level here. And we also do have the 200-day moving average. I don't know if you can see it on your screen. Let's make it a bit thicker. It's this dark blue line. Maybe we can make it a bit darker, but it's this level here, this blue level. We found support on that level. So as long as the S&P 500 trades above that level, of course, very bullish for not only for the markets, for Bitcoin. And basically, we did create a CME gap. We jumped up today, and you can see the markets, S&P 500 is up 0.75% today. The Nasdaq's up 0.9%, and Dow Jones is up as well. So we are looking fairly bullish today on that front. So let's look a bit further into the Bitcoin price. Just once again, guys, if you're here, I can see there's 50 of you join me. And if you're watching this later, fantastic as well. Just smash up the like button, guys, and make sure you're subscribed for future videos. When you hit the like, really brings more people into the channel and, of course, the whole space. So your support is honestly much appreciated. And we're very, very close, guys, to 50,000 subscribers. So if you're part of that, let me know in the chat, in the comments. Your support is amazing. Thank you. Now, what we currently have is a situation where, yes, we could continue the rally on, but it's important to know where the resistance is. I'm sure you would agree. So let's look at the key price levels. The daily, first of all, let's go into the daily chart to look at this. Daily levels are as following. So we have a daily level actually beneath the monthly level. So the support on the daily, and it is less significant because we have such a strong support level there being the monthly level. But yeah, there is monthly support at 23,170. The resistance, however, on the daily, to be honest, it's not as relevant now because it's all been traded through at that level. You really don't have a daily level until you get up to about 24,828. People sometimes ask me what constitutes a key price level, daily, weekly, and monthly. It's when you have a candle body close and open in the body, so not the wick. So here is resistance. You have a green body and a red body close and open. Support red, then green. And the same is to be said if you could do it on the weekly or the monthly, just depending on the time frame you're looking at. We're looking at the daily. For example, if you wanted to look at it on the weekly, you can see that the weekly resistance is here. And if I go into my weekly chart, I need to put a new weekly level here. So we can do that. We'll basically put a weekly level of resistance here. So our weekly level of resistance is trading at $24,270. So let's go back into the 4 hour. We can see where the next level of resistance is in terms of key price levels. It's the weekly level, and that is at $24,250 thereabouts. The reason why I believe we got rejected here, you can see this big kind of liquidation risk. I don't necessarily believe this is a liquidation wick. The reason I believe we got rejected here was one, because of the moving averages. So you can see here on the 4 hour, we were trading into this 4 hour range, and you can see this is basically some previous sideways chop. There's a big order block here at, between 23.8 up to 24,000. That's going to be a key resistance area, but it doesn't mean to say that it's a rejection point. It might just be a short-term rejection point for the Bitcoin price. Let's look at the RSI and see the relative strength index of Bitcoin, how it's trading right now. You can see that on the 4 hour chart, currently fairly neutral. The interesting thing to see is when we were trading at the same price on the way down, the relative strength index was way down. So some slight weakening there in sentiment, but ultimately we have had this breakout out of this falling wedge. So the question, of course, what we want to know as traders, is this part of a bigger move to the upside, or was that $25,000 level the peak? Because it is essentially a double top, and we were trading into the resistance of the lunar crash as well. So all will be told, but for now, I remain bullish. I remain bullish in the short term to slightly medium term. I'm not convinced yet, basically, that the lows are in that we created in November at around $15,500. We obviously have macro headwinds against us, but the sentiment is slightly changing. If you look at our CME group target rate probabilities for the next Fed interest rate being 25 basis points, we're basically now situated at a 78% chance that it will be a 25 basis point hike, which of course is what's baked into the cake. And if we get that, that's going to be bullish for markets. Only 22% of analysts and data is suggesting that we're going to have a 50 basis point hike come the 22nd of March. So interesting to say. I mean, you can extrapolate the data out in May and further afield, but we won't go into that just yet. So that's kind of how Bitcoin's looking, how it's currently trading. The key thing here, the key takeaway is Bitcoin needs to stay above and trade above and confirm above $23,350. That's the monthly level of support. I wouldn't pay too much attention to this daily level above. On a smaller time frame, you can basically see it with this upward trend as well. I mean, you can see that there is kind of this upward trend forming, and you can extrapolate that to even this point here by slightly playing with the trend lines, but it also makes sense, and that is just basically higher low, higher low. So until that trend has broken, until we basically come let's say below 23,000 and hold that there on at least a 4 hour basis, you've got to remain bullish in the short term that's what the technicals are telling us, at least anyway. So let's take a look at the Ethereum price. Ethereum's really interesting because we are at you know, a long-term resistance point for Ethereum. You can see in the downtrend we're right at that level, where Bitcoin, you can see, let me just show you as an equivalent here. If you zoom out, let's go, we'll be looking at that on the daily, so we'll look at this on the daily as well for Ethereum, excuse me, for Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin actually broke that range. You can see Bitcoin broke out of that range, where Ethereum hasn't. It's still trading within that resistance. So let's look a bit further to see what's going on here, because Ethereum has been held back. The monthly level of resistance for Ethereum is actually where we're trading into right now at $1,677. So that could be one of the reasons why we basically haven't been able to break out of that yet. The other thing is, if you look at the 200-week moving average, the heat map on Ethereum, we're actually trading above it, where on Bitcoin we're actually trading below it, and we're finding resistance at that level for Bitcoin. So it's very interesting. Ethereum's been held back more, but it's actually trading at a stronger level than Bitcoin has been. We also have a technical bullish pattern. You could say somewhat of an inverted head and shoulders pattern forming for the Ethereum price. And even on the bigger time scale, you can see we have an even bigger inverted head and shoulders pattern, with the resistance point really trading at around this kind of $1,700 level. If Ethereum can, of course, break out of this, we could expect a big break to the upside. We have a lot of technicals, and we don't have a monthly level of resistance up until about 3,300. But there is, you could say, some resistance quite comfortably at $2,000. That's also going to be a psychological level, so I'd be watching out for that should we break these levels. So in the short term for Ethereum, let's go into the 4-hour chart and see where the levels are, where the daily levels are. So we'll kick things off here daily. Let's just zoom in a bit. You can see that the support on Ethereum is approximately $1,600, just below. Then we have another support level at $1,500. Resistance, again, trading into that anywhere between 1,670 going up to that kind of $17-10 level. So as things stand, Ethereum is trapped within this range, and ultimately speaking, it's going to be, of course, dependent on what Bitcoin does to see if we get a breakout here, which we're going to probably know very soon in the next 24-48 hours or so. Bitcoin, as you can see, it's just dropped back to the support. So it's going to be crucial to see if this monthly level can hold, which you can see it's trading into at the moment. So we are seeing reaction. We are seeing the support come in. So we just need to see if that can hold up. It's just being retested and seeing if this trend can hold up. Now, interestingly, on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, so this is Ethereum priced in Bitcoin, many of you know, I'm very bullish when it comes down to Ethereum, of course, Bitcoin as well, but I hold more. I don't know why my Siri's going off. Not sure why. But yeah, very bullish on Ethereum against Bitcoin. So what I didn't get that. I don't know why my Siri's going off. But yeah, the support for this is amazing. It goes through here. We have an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Basically, at the time of recording, it costs 0.07 of a Bitcoin to buy one Ethereum, and I believe that this trend is trending up. So basically, betting that Ethereum is going to become more valuable than a Bitcoin than it already is. So I'm waiting for a breakout there as well to increase my Ethereum position from Bitcoin. Let's look at total 3. This is the altcoins. This is the altcoin market cap, less Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can see that this is in a bullish trend. We've broken resistance. We're trading above the 200-day moving average. And we're also creating a situation where we have higher lows in play. We're also in this channel trading upwards. So a good time to accumulate altcoins. Looking at the financial markets, S&P 500, like I showed you briefly at the start of this one, we're currently being supported by this 200-day. We are potentially coming in for another test of the support. The dollar is weakening, but also finding support. So it really is going to be a question of what happens over the next 24 hours. Can the support hold? If it holds, we are going to see another continuation, another bullish rally. If it doesn't, we could see a big correction where the S&P 500 falls to previous support levels. Next stop, probably going to be seeing 3,800, 3,850. For Bitcoin, yeah, if the support breaks, it could get quite ugly where we could see 21,000 hit. And then if you look on the bigger time frame, basically all the way down again to 19, then potentially 15, 16,000. But I remain bullish until this trend is broken, and it doesn't look like it's being broken just yet. You have to treat this as a bullish pattern, and we are gonna, in my opinion, likely see a new higher high rather than a lower low, you know, in the medium term, let's say. Anyway, guys, once again, if you haven't already hit that like, guys, there's about 50 of you with me in this live. Hit the like. It really does help. Also, guys, bonuses in the video description down below. Bybit up to $30,000. All you need to do is sign up, make a deposit, and make your first trade. You can get up to $30,000. If you want to deposit lesser amounts, there's still bonuses up for grabs. You can copy trade me on Bybit. Check out OKX as well, another great crypto trading platform, and join our Telegram trade signal group. It's free to join, guys. Thanks for joining me on this one. I'll be back tomorrow on another video. So if you enjoyed this one, share it, subscribe, have that bell turned on, and see you all on another video soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next time. Peace.